The universe, vast and infinite, held countless civilizations and races, each living under the unspoken understanding that some species were destined to thrive while others would fade. Among these species, humanity had earned a reputation: exterminators. It wasn't a title born out of misunderstanding or slander. It was a name whispered with fear across galaxies, carved into the very fabric of universal lore. The humans didn't start out as conquerors. Their beginnings were humble, a species clawing their way out of a gravity well, bound by their fragile forms and fleeting lifespans. But what humans lacked in strength or endurance, they made up for with an unparalleled capacity for chaos, creativity, and survival. Where other species adhered to predictable patterns, humanity thrived on the unpredictable, the illogical, and the seemingly suicidal. The Council of Elder Races, a collective of the galaxy's oldest and most advanced civilizations, had watched humanity with growing concern. When humans first broke free of their solar system, they were dismissed as insignificant, a primitive, volatile race that would either destroy itself or be swiftly conquered. But as the centuries passed, humanity defied all predictions. They spread like a wildfire, colonizing hostile worlds, thriving in the unlikeliest of places, and bending the laws of nature to their will. Humanity wasn't just expanding, it was disrupting. They broke treaties they hadn't signed, redefined trade routes with brute force, and toppled empires without ever realizing it. It wasn't deliberate, it was simply the way humans operated. Where other species adhered to carefully structured hierarchies and protocols, humans thrived on chaos, innovation, and stubborn defiance. It was this defiance that earned them their grim title. The tipping point came when the Threx Dominion, a militaristic race known for their iron-fisted rule, attempted to subjugate a newly colonized human world. The Threx were veterans of countless conquests, their fleets vast, and their technology unmatched. They expected the humans to fold, to surrender as so many others had before them. Instead, they were met with something no simulation or strategist could have predicted: utter, reckless chaos. The humans didn't fight like soldiers. They didn't adhere to formations or strategies that could be countered. Instead, they fought like cornered animals, with a ferocity and unpredictability that turned every skirmish into a massacre. Civilians rigged their own cities to explode, fleets used improvised weapons, and entire colonies banded together in suicidal counterattacks. Within months, the Threx Dominion, an empire that had stood for millennia, was reduced to rubble. This was when the galaxy began to whisper. Humanity wasn't just another aggressive species. They were something far more dangerous. They didn't conquer for resources or territory. They didn't enslave or assimilate. They simply survived, and in doing so, they destroyed everything in their path. The Council of Elder Races convened in secret, debating what to do about the human threat. Some argued for diplomacy, others for preemptive annihilation. But the humans had already spread too far, and their colonies were too deeply entrenched. The only option, it seemed, was containment. And so, the Council declared humanity an existential threat. They dubbed them Exterminators, and mobilized the greatest alliance the galaxy had ever seen to eliminate the species once and for all. It was a decision made out of fear of a race that didn't play by the rules, that defied every law of survival and evolution. The war that followed was unlike anything the universe had ever seen. The alliance brought fleets that blotted out stars, weapons that could shatter planets, and armies numbering in the trillions. But humanity didn't just resist, they retaliated. The first lesson the alliance learned was that humans didn't believe in acceptable losses. For every colony destroyed, humanity struck back tenfold. Entire alliance fleets were annihilated by kamikaze strikes, their technology repurposed and turned against them. Where other species would have surrendered, humans only grew more dangerous. They sabotaged supply lines, infiltrated command structures, and unleashed bioweapons so devastating that entire worlds had to be quarantined. But it wasn't just their tactics that terrified the Alliance. It was their mindset. Humans didn't see the war as a tragedy or a burden. They saw it as an opportunity. It became a rallying cry, a unifying force that brought their scattered colonies together in a way nothing else could. They thrived in the chaos, adapting faster than any species could counter. And then there were the rumors, the stories that spread like wildfire among the Alliance ranks. Tales of human soldiers who fought on even after losing limbs, of ships that appeared from nowhere, striking and vanishing before anyone could respond. Some claimed the humans had found a way to manipulate probability itself, turning the laws of physics into just another tool in their arsenal. Others whispered of a darker truth, that humanity didn't just embrace chaos, they embodied it. The Alliance began to fracture. The longer the war dragged on, the more dissent spread among the member species. The Eldrin, a race of pacifist philosophers, withdrew after a human envoy delivered a simple message. We don't want this war. But if you continue, we'll make sure your children speak our language. The Kraxus swarm, a hive mind species, defected after a human bioweapon corrupted their queen. Even the Threx, who had once been humanity's fiercest enemies, joined their ranks, lured by promises of revenge against the Alliance. In the end, it wasn't humanity's weapons or tactics that won the war. It was their ability to turn the galaxy's own systems against itself. The Alliance crumbled, its members retreating to their homeworlds, vowing never to cross humanity again. The Council of Elder Races disbanded, its once mighty members reduced to isolated enclaves. Humanity didn't celebrate their victory. They didn't declare themselves rulers of the galaxy or demand tribute from their defeated foes. They simply returned to what they had always done, spreading, surviving, and thriving in the chaos. They rebuilt their worlds, integrating the remnants of the Alliance into their own sprawling civilization. But the whispers never stopped. Across the galaxy, in the ruins of once great empires, the legend of humanity grew. They were no longer seen as mere mortals. They were something else entirely. They were chaos incarnate, a force of nature that couldn't be controlled or contained. And so, the universe gave them a new name, one that would echo through the stars for eternity. They weren't exterminators, conquerors, or saviors. They were simply human, and in a universe bound by order and logic that made them the most terrifying species of all.